PBC announced their debut card for the new Amazon deal, and I think maybe people are a little bit disappointed. I think people feel like this is not what they were expecting. I think what people were expecting maybe was beyond logic. They were just expecting something big. It reminds me, this weekend we have the Royal Rumble, right? WWE's Royal Rumble. And in the Royal Rumble, you have 30 men entering, right? And you don't really, they kind of keep it on hush on who are the full list of the 30 men. They don't tell you that, right? What is the entry? At what point is every guy coming in? They don't tell you that. And fans, their minds start running wild with it, right? And then they start thinking of guys that are in other promotions. Oh, maybe he'll come. Maybe he'll debut here. He's going to come in. Maybe he's going to win. Or maybe a guy that's been gone for a long time, he's going to come back and he's going to win it, right? Or maybe a guy's been injured is going to come back and win it. Or they're finally going to debut this new young guy and he's going to come in and play a factor. And suddenly the fans' minds run wild with them when maybe the logic is right there in front of them that these are the guys that are clearly going to win it. But fans, because you give time to think and you leave so much room, right, for mystery, the fans' minds run wild. And I think that's what happened with this PBC debut card. Now, if you really think about it, the big names that PBC has right now, Tank Davis, who is under house arrest, right? Still getting through that process, right? You got Canelo Alvarez, he's not going till May. Terrence Crawford, I mean, there's not really a name for him that really makes sense after the Spence fight. If it's not going to be Spence, who's just coming off surgery, if it's Canelo, it's in May. If Jermell coming off a loss probably was going to be him. There was really no big fight, but because you imagine that they're going to debut on Amazon, they're going to bring something big, even though logically I can't really create what it's going to be this big. I really can't see it. I just imagine it's something big. Well, we didn't get anything that big. You're going to get Tim Tszyu versus Keith Thurman. Now, I like the fight because I think that you got to feed a young guy a name. This has been the process for a long time in boxing. And I think it gets the show going, right? It just gets it going. Let's get a schedule going. But people were expecting more. They were expecting something more grand. Their imaginations ran wild with it. Now, I know the importance of this deal, and I hope that the fans understand the importance of this deal. Because boxing needs to have a foothold in the States. It needs to have big events in the States. It needs to be able to build big American stars, right? Because the sport will only go as big as the stars that it has. I don't care how many good fighters there are, but if there are no stars, the sport will die. Every sport needs stars. NFL will change rules to protect the quarterback because that's the biggest stars they have. If they start affecting the quarterback, and Tom Brady got hurt one year, they hit him low, the ratings went down. You protect your stars because your stars are what make you relevant, or what give you holding power and make you a top sport. PBC is the best at producing American stars. They're the best at bringing them up. They're at best at knowing how to throw these grand events. It is very important that this deal with the new streaming service with Amazon, how big this could be with their NFL deals, with potential NBA deals, is very important that this hits. Now, I know people are disappointed, but what I'm hoping that this plays out is this is long-form storytelling that we have not seen in boxing in a long time. I'm hoping that what they see here is the potential of Tim Tszyu and what he can play a factor with guys like Terrence Crawford, coming back Jermell Charlo, and even like a guy like Keith Thurman, where if he were to pull this victory out, it's a very interesting matchup for a guy like Terrence Crawford, a guy like Earl Spence, who is going to be moving up, and even a guy like Boots, who is also another young guy coming up that needs a big name. I think fans, the minds got away from them for this debut. They were expecting a lot more. But I think the importance is how this plays out throughout the year. It's not this one event. It's how this is going to play out throughout the year, because this needs to hit. Boxing needs to prove that it is sustainable in the States by itself, without the help of Saudi Arabia. That it can have big, massive events here. It did it in 2023, but it needs to provide it in a new home in 2024.